taxpayer dollars at stake. Because that's the problem I'm having right now, because if you start to follow the trail as to how some of these buildings are being conveyed, and people don't pay a lot of attention to them, but if you start to find it, they're real questionable.
No, but I guess my question is, in non-takeover districts, local boards are signing off on closures. Are they not, or are you saying just...
There's no requirement.
Well, local, first of all...
Who is closing schools in non-takeover?
First of all, in non-takeover districts, I can't identify a school that they close.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay? So the legislation makes sure and makes certain that if in fact they identify a school like Deal, New Jersey, we know Roseland someplace, or Livingston, that Phil indicates, I think they got them squared away now, okay? If they go in there, that board have a right, and if they try to take away that right, but this court saying that right remains, that they have some say-so. But it also say that those boards that you have intervened with, you may control a lot of things, but on this asset piece and closure of our buildings, then they need to approve this first before you go to the commissioner, and you have to get commissioner approval, and you have to send stuff back to the state, you got to notify people, and you have to tell us what's going to happen. Because what's happening now is that they're closing buildings really just to vacate those buildings. And understand this. See, the media don't like this stuff, and I'm pretty sure that half of what I'm saying won't be printed, if it's printed at all, and that's okay. They don't like it. But the reality is that they're closing these, they don't want the kids to learn. Understand how this privatization piece moves. If kids are succeeding, you really can't intervene. If people don't commit crime, you can reduce the cops. But you can close corrections if they're not going to jail. They have to make certain, this people in this movement like the commissioner, they have to make certain that these kids fail. That's why you had inconsistency with the number of superintendents in Patterson. There was no consistency. You can't get something done unless you ran long enough to get it done.
And let me follow up, and maybe with the parent or Tony, is your issue with the closing of the schools or with the process that has led to the closing of the schools?
Process.
Speak.
Process. My name is Frank. I'm a parent of Newark Public School System, and I also am a community outreach coordinator of over 165 parents in my community that I touch every day. And nowhere along the process have we ever been invited as parents or informed from schools at the local level, giving out flyers to our kids, or bringing roundtable meetings with parents, nothing. So it's just a matter of, we feel as parents who are trying to navigate our kids through the path of their education, we're being left out of the loop. So I think that's a big problem of it. And it also is, they're affecting our culture. A lot of us graduated second, third, fourth generation, and it is the fabric of our culture in Newark. And across statewide, it's not just a Newark issue. So I think it's on both fronts that we feel like we're being robbed, we're being bamboozled. So
it's both. It's the process and the closure. It's the way the closure is taking place. And the question, is there a need for closure? You can't sink $25 million in the building and tell us we can't have kids there, but it's okay for someone else to put 25 in. You can't do that when the SDA have money and say we're supposed to fix these buildings. You can't tell me you're not coming to Trenton and fix Trenton High School and the emerging projects of it because you have no money, but yet you can sell buildings and get windfall to folk who are for profit. There are some serious issues here, and I think that anybody with a reasonable mind, particularly reporters or investigative reporters, they would know that. But I don't think many of them have the gall to stand up and articulate, because in the privatization movement, and I can document this, one of the strategies is to buy control on all the media.
And I say, sure. My name is Hassan Manning. With my school in particular, Maple Avenue School, they're saying that our school is going to be transformed into a pre-K3, pre-K4 building. Right now it houses from kindergarten through 8th grade. So in order for them to do that, to make it a pre-K3, pre-K4, there's a compliance that needs to be met. They have to be able to have one level for kids at that age to get in and out of school easily. Our school building has 3 floors. They have to have bathrooms in almost every single classroom for that to happen for the pre-K3, pre-K4. And I asked someone from the state if our school building is not okay enough for the kids that are there now to get that money, why is it okay for the people who come in the next year to have that money? If you can make a miracle happen and between June and September find the money to get it ready for them, where's the miracle money for the kids out of there now? So that's my question.
Tony, you want to address this?
Yes, the One North plan, it is a massive, intricate plan. It not only involves school closings, it actually affects over 30 schools in Newark.
Yep.
It mandates all sorts of co-locations that don't make sense to any of the parties who are being co-located. I would give one example. It involves the phasing out of the general population of Weequahic High School, and it involves populating Weequahic High School with two other programs that now exist in other buildings. One is the Girls Academy, the other is Eagles Boys Academy, both of which I think are excellent programs for the students whose parents have chosen that particular education for their children. Those parents spoke last night at a massive community meeting that I went to that was sponsored by Councilman Raz Baraka, that took place in an enormous church in Newark. There were almost 500 people there. Eagle Academy parents spoke. They said, it was Eagle Academy. Yeah. They said that they have absolutely no desire to go into Weequahic High School, that they have absolutely no desire, and they will not subject their children to going into a school that is not conducive to the program that they enroll their children in, and where their children obviously will not be welcome. So again, what is happening is that people are coming together on this issue. So school closing is the most extreme case, but this involves intricate changes that have not been thought through, that have absolutely no community input, and it is destined to fail. And I don't see it as two separate issues. It's not the process, versus how we feel about school closing. It's